Seeing Qi Yuan so anxious, Jiang Cheng smiled and suggested, "Do not be in such a hurry. Why don't I temporarily mobilize some capital for you?" Qi Yuan scratched his head in embarrassment and replied, "How can I do that? You have already shared such a rare opportunity with me. If I were to use your money to make more money, that would be unacceptable. I will find a way myself." At this moment, Wang Tongming spoke up. "You are embarrassed to take Jiang Cheng's money, but what about mine? I can lend it to you." Qi Yuan raised his hand to stop him and replied, "Brother Tong, if I cannot even gather this small amount of capital when I arrive, then I will have no face left to associate with all of you." Wang Tongming heard this and did not insist further. Turning to Jiang Cheng, he said, "If Yuanshare wants to be self-reliant, then leave him be. Jiang Cheng, send me your account details later. I will have someone transfer the funds to you." Jiang Cheng nodded and replied, "Very well, once that is done, the actual operation will demonstrate the details to everyone." Upon hearing this, he turned away and said, "I can wait. Thank you in advance." Having listened all this while, Angxian approached and said, "Jiang Cheng, did you see that? It was truly dangerous just now. I have helped people drive for so long, but I never realized that driving could be this exhilarating." Jiang Cheng smiled and replied, "Do you like it? Perhaps we should just buy one." He calculated internally that since he had just acquired 5 shopping cashback cards, buying a car might grant him a rebate of several tens of millions of yuan. And Afian heard this and refused, saying, "There is no need. If I want to buy one, I will buy it myself. You have already rewarded me with enough money to afford one, but after thinking about it, cars are simply too expensive. Let me consider it. For now, calling for a ride remains more convenient." Hearing her reply, Jiang Cheng thought to himself, "Looking at the layout of Anyan's rented home, it is clear she is not a woman who spends money frivolously. Forcing a gift upon her would only cause her psychological pressure. He would reconsider it when the opportunity arose." Just then, a staff member approached to announce, "The track is ready. Everyone, please prepare yourselves and head over to familiarize yourselves with the course." Qi Yuan excitedly asked, "What do you all think would be a good reward for today's match?" Wang Tongming replied, "Do not ask me. I am merely here to join the fun. I have no interest." Qi Yuan turned toward Jiang Cheng instead. "Then, Brother Jiang, do you have any interesting suggestions?" Jiang Cheng stroked his chin and asked, "How do you all usually play?" Qi Yuan raised a finger and replied, "It usually comes down to money. Previously, each person would contribute 10,000 yuan as a prize pool, and the person who finishes in last place pays for dinner. There are very few other ways to play." After listening, Jiang Cheng suggested, "How about adding one more condition? Everyone contributes 10,000 yuan as a stake, and the winner will donate the total amount to a nearby welfare institution or establish a private charity fund in their name to help those in need in society. What do you think?" Wang Tongming immediately agreed. "That is excellent, Jiang Cheng. Your idea is truly brilliant. Suddenly, this match has become much more interesting. I feel embarrassed if I do not get on the track and drive a few laps myself." Qi Yuan excitedly held up his phone and said, "I will send the rules of the game to the rest of them." With that, the group went to change into their racing gear. Everyone could not hide their excitement. Wang Tongming remarked, "Coming here today was certainly the right choice." Jiang Cheng agreed. "I originally just intended to laze around, but this is far more heated." Seeing him sitting there so smugly, Wang Tongming urged him, "Do not just sit there idle. Hurry and get to the car." Immediately, the group entered the track. Each person climbed into a high-class sports racing car. The referee's voice boomed, "Everyone, prepare! The first lap begins now." As he finished speaking, he waved the flag, and the fleet of cars shot forward like arrows. Jiang Cheng thought to himself, "This is my first time playing. I must remain humble. I cannot steal the spotlight from the experienced drivers." Only a short while later, the first lap concluded, with the orange car speeding into the lead. The female MC announced loudly, "Incredible! The first place winner of the first lap has emerged. Let us all congratulate Han Anning." A woman with a sleek, stunning figure stepped out from the car. She removed her helmet to reveal a beautiful face with a lowly hairstyle, saying smugly, "Qi Yuan, you are still as incompetent as ever." Qi Yuan was quite dissatisfied hearing this. "I haven't driven in a long time. I'm just not used to the car, that's all. Do you dare to run another lap?" Anning immediately agreed. "If you want to play, we shall play. If I take first place again, you must do a handstand and call me sister." Listening to these words, Jiang Cheng could not help but be speechless. He thought to himself that her personality was truly similar to Jinx, a champion from League of Legends. Very quickly, the second round commenced. The MC announced the start of the race in a booming voice. Instantly, Jiang Cheng's red car surged forward, catching An Ning completely off guard. "HMPH, who is this person?" She told herself that she did not tolerate being overtaken. With that thought, she slammed her foot onto the accelerator to pursue him. Watching this through the rearview mirror, Jiang Cheng thought to himself, "So you refuse to accept defeat? Very well." He then floored the accelerator, accelerating sharply into the turn. His vehicle whistled through the narrow bend with incredible speed. In no time at all, He left An Ning trailing far behind in his wake. Witnessing this, the crowd could not help but marvel at the sight. This driving technique was truly peerless. Who is this brother? Why have we never seen him before? Such seamless drifting could only be executed by a professional racer, right? Just like that, Jiang Cheng easily crossed the finish line in first place. The MC's voice rang out. For the second round, let us congratulate Jiang Cheng. At this moment, all the other racers reached the finish line as well. Taiyuan stepped out and said in a tone of admiration, Incredible, Brother Jiang! Your driving technique is truly masterful. You are genuinely my idol. Seeing that Jiang Cheng had been hiding his true skill, Wang Tongming remarked, You were so clumsy in the first round. Is this what they mean by a hidden expert playing for fun? Jiang Cheng laughed and replied, It was my first time. I didn't want to steal the spotlight in the opening round. An Ning then approached to introduce herself. Hello, my name is Han An Ning. Your driving skills are incredibly impressive. Could we exchange contact information? Jiang Cheng shook her hand and replied with a smile. Hello, I am Jiang Cheng. Internally, he thought, a girl who drives so aggressively. I expected her hands to be calloused from daily racing, yet her skin is surprisingly soft to the touch. Seeing how he lingered on her hand, An Ning mused. It seems he is already captivated by my hands. She then smiled and said, Big brother, are you perhaps a connoisseur of beautiful hands? I drive quite well and have quite a few techniques. Why don't we exchange WeChat? We can find an opportunity to discuss our driving skills in greater depth. Watching this, Taiyuan and Wang Tongming stared in astonishment. What is happening? Jiang Cheng actually managed to get Han An Ning to proactively ask for his WeChat? Is this Han An Ning's way of suggesting a more intimate connection? Listening to An Ning's proposal, Jiang Cheng thought, this is the perfect opportunity to test the effect of the mind-reading skill. He then commanded, System, inspect Han An Ning's current intentions. Immediately, the dark, ulterior motives hidden within An Ning's mind were transmitted to Jiang Cheng. After viewing them, he could only sigh, thinking, so these are her true intentions. He then glanced at the group of racers watching them. It appeared that this Miss Han kept quite an extensive fishing pond of admirers. With that realization, he turned to N and said, If there is an opportunity, I will speak with you properly another time. I have brought my girlfriend today, so it is inconvenient for me to exchange WeChat. Seeing this, An Ning's expression darkened instantly. She surveyed NN, thinking to herself, so this is his girlfriend? Let me see exactly what kind of talent she possesses. She then stepped forward and cordially issued a challenge. The next round is a bet for the ladies. Little sister, do you have the courage to take a lap? Hearing this, Eng was caught off guard. Huh? Are you asking me?